What is going on, Bucs fans? Evan Wanish here, back at you with yet another video talking about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And today we are going to be starting our brand new series on the channel. You've seen our fantasy series, Fantasy Frenzy, which is coming out on Tuesdays. The Thursday show, however, is going to be betting the Bucs. We're going to be talking about betting props, lines from the upcoming Buccaneers matchup. Each week, we're going to be talking about it. So consider this the inaugural episode of Betting the Bucs. Very excited to get into this. The site we're going to be using for all the betting information is DraftKings. Head over to DraftKings. We're not sponsored by DraftKings or anything, just the site that I use to bet. Obviously, you have to be 21 or over to bet, and obviously in legal states as well. But let's get it right into it. The Bears are coming off a very disappointing loss to the Green Bay Packers. The Bucs are coming off a nice win against the Minnesota Vikings. So Bucs are 1-0, Bears are 0-1. And a lot of people on DraftKings seem to believe the Buccaneers are going to continue their winning ways, as 69% of the bets so far have been on Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay is also a -2.5 point favorite right now. They were -3 earlier in the week. It's gone down a little bit. So it has moved a tad. And like I said, this is Thursday. We are recording this. Might not be the final line, might not be the final odds. But this is Thursday that we are recording this. Odds and lines are subject to change, of course. But this episode, this series, is going to be me just giving my advice. And we'll see how I do. Don't hold me to it. If you want to make your own bets, if you want to fade me, if you want to ride with me, if you want to fade me, go ahead and see how it works out for you. I'm curious to see how it's going to work out. So I'm really excited to start this series. So without further ado, though, I am going to take Tampa Bay -2.5. I like that number. I actually didn't love it at 3. I do think it's going to be a pretty close game. I didn't love it at 3. Now it's down to 2.5, and I have that little bit of a buffer there where the Bucs can win by 3. I do like 2.5 a lot more than I like 3. 2.5 is -118 right now on DraftKings, so you can go ahead and put that in. And I just think the Buccaneers are the better team. I think that obviously with being the home team, home crowd, I think the Bucs and our defense is going to feed off the energy. I do think that the Bears have struggled. Obviously, Justin Fields, like I say, he's 5-21 as a starter. I know QB wins aren't really a stat, but I do think the Buccaneers take it. A $100 bet wins about $84.74. So on DraftKings by betting the Buccaneers -2.5. Then we're going to do player props. And I'm looking to do probably like 5 bets each week. I'm going to pick 5 that I like. So these are the 5 for this week. Rachaad White over 17.5 receiving yards. You can get that at -115 right now. Aaron Jones had a pretty big day. Now, he didn't have a lot of catches, but he did have a pretty big day against this Bears defense last Sunday through the air. Had, I believe, 2 catches, a 51-yard touchdown. Was really a fantastic player through the air for them. The long was 51 on that touchdown. So Rachaad White only, I believe, had 2 catches for 10 yards this past Sunday. I think that's going to change. Aaron Jones had 2 catches for 86 yards, long being 51 yards on that touchdown. I just think the Buccaneers are going to want to get Rachaad White more involved, both in the run and pass game, but I do expect them to be able to use their running backs a lot in the pass game. I think Rachaad White is going to get over the 17.5 receiving yards necessary for you to hit that bet. So I would keep an eye on Rachaad White there. We're also going to do a sack for Shaq Barrett. That's +165 right now. That's 1 sack. It cannot be a half sack, because the number is technically over 0.75 sacks. So that is what that line is at. So it has to be 1 full sack. A half sack will not win you the bet. I do like Shaq Barrett there. The Bears defense gave up 35 pressure. Bears offensive line, gave up 35 pressures to the Green Bay Packers last week. I think Shaq Barrett and Bucs defensive line could have a pretty good day. Another one that I really like is Vita Vea with a sack, and that's +210. I really like that, actually. Vita Vea looked strong last week against the weaker Vikings interior offensive line. I think the Bears offensive line is, again, they struggled last week. I think they can struggle again this week against the pretty potent Buccaneers defensive line. So I do like Vita Vea getting a sack there. 35 pressures is 35 pressures. Now the worry is that Justin Fields could avoid some of those with his running ability. Always a worry, but I do like Vita Vea plus 210 and Shaq Barrett plus 165 to grab a sack. And then for the Bears side, I want to do like probably $4 bets and then one bet for the opposing team. So I do like DJ Moore over 44.5 receiving yards, minus 120 right now on DraftKings. Like I said, I do like that. I just think DJ Moore is a talented receiver. Buccaneers gave up a lot of yards through the air on Sunday against the Vikings. Justin Jefferson had a good day. Carlton Davis is a little bit banged up. Not sure of his status. Christian Izien, starting nickel, might not play, so the Bucs might be a little bit short-handed in the secondary. I think the Bears want to get DJ Moore way more involved. They traded the number 1 pick in an effort to get him. I do think they want to make him a focal point of their offense. I think Justin Fields is going to target him early and often. I see him getting over that 44.5 receiving yards for this game. So what do you guys think, though? So to recap, we have Tampa minus 2.5. We have Rachaad White over 17.5 receiving yards. Shaq Barrett with a sack, with 1 sack. Vita Vea with 1 sack, and DJ Moore over 44.5 receiving yards. Like I said, that's all on DraftKings. That's where those odds are from, and lines as well. Subject to change. We're doing this on Thursday. It can obviously change. But let me know what you guys think. Are you riding with me? Are you going to fade me? Let me know what your favorite bets are out of the ones I picked. If you have any other bets that you like that I didn't mention, let me know in the comment section below. Like I said, we're going to be doing this each week as we take a look. And also, it's going to be fun next week to be able to look at how I did and what my record is. So be sure to tune in to next week as well. But thank you all for watching this inaugural episode of Betting the Bucs. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and go Bucs.